I'm Adam Muto. I'm an executive producer on Fionna and Cake.
Fionna and Cake show feels like made for the audience of the original series when they watched it as a kid and now grown up. What was the thinking on having Fionna and Cake show be a bit more mature than the previous times we've seen the characters before?
I think that's part of it, is like the cast, I mean not the cast, the viewers had kind of aged up, and that was a way to speak to them, was to treat the show and the characters and the actors who had also gotten older in the meantime, to kind of just try to reflect that rather than keep them like frozen in amber. And I guess they showed up in numbers enough, but we also didn't want to be so religious in trying to get that viewership and say we have to get the people who grew up with it and that's it. We tried to at least keep it accessible to somebody who hadn't seen the original series but had kind of a vague memory of it maybe. And also it's just kind of reflected how programming has sort of pivoted, because they don't make as many shows like the original Adventure Time. We could not pitch the original Adventure Time now, but we can make a version of it based on that version that kids have grown up with. So it's a very weird sort of situation to be, but it's also just kind of, this is where we're at.
So what was some of the thinkings in making Fionna and Cake's world basically a version of our world? And her and Cake entering a magical world. And what's it like continuing that post the end of season 1? Where she gets to submit after they submitted that their world exists, but it's also still not magical.
It's not magical. It also is supposed to be like set in a very specific time period. It is like, this isn't now. This is like the 90s version, sitcom version of what Simon remembers from watching Cheers or something. So it's like less trying to make it completely about now, but also, that is its own sort of fantasy world. It's like a sitcom world that they find themselves in. And there was an option to make it more magical. Towards the end of last season, we could just say, now her world's exactly like Finn's world. And I think it just felt like too much of a reset. And rather than make it about being escapist and her like trying to escape to a world where magic was prevalent, trying to find magic in a more mundane world.
Okay. Thank you very much, Adam.
Oh, you're welcome.